Now, I've been asking for copies of post-September 11 policy memos for over a year. Your department has repeatedly said such documents are classified or that simply won't release them. I asked you for the specific memo that's now reported in the press 10 days ago and received no response. Has torture or anything approaching torture been committed by U.S. personnel or in the presence of U.S. personnel anywhere in the world?
Congress has enacted an extensive framework of laws relevant to the way individuals who are apprehended, detained, captured during wartime, interrogated during wartime. The laws
go to my specific question. Did your department issue a memorandum that would suggest that torture is allowed under certain circumstances? And that's a simple enough question. It could take a yes or no answer.
Well, first of all, I'm not going to comment on the memos and advice that I give. The President of the United States has not ordered any activity which would contradict the laws enacted by this Congress or previous Congresses or the Constitution of the United States or any of the treaties.
That was not my question. Has there been any order directed from the President with respect to interrogation of detainees, prisoners, or combatants? Yes or no?
I'm not in a position to answer that question.
Does that mean because you don't know, or you don't want to answer? I don't understand.
The answer to that question is yes.
I don't understand.
The answer to that question is yes. I will just say this, that he has made no order that would require or direct the violation of any law of the United States enacted by the Congress or any treaty to which the United States is a party as ratified by the Congress or the Constitution of the United States.
That was not my question.
Isn't a little ludicrous, though, saying that you classify this information now, though? I could have been talking about it for the last 10 months, and it could have been out to the public.
That's exactly right, Senator.
But I mean, I could have been, because it was just recently reclassified. So I could have done that. So isn't it ludicrous to classify it now?
Let me just put it this way. If there is spilt milk and there's no damage done, if you can recollect it and put it back in the jar, you're better off than saying, well, it's spilled, no damage has been done, we might as well wait until damage is done.
In the front page of the Times, it has this quote, a team of administration lawyers concluded in a March 2000 legal memorandum, President Bush was not bound either by international treaty prohibiting torture or by federal anti-torture law because he has the authority as Commander-in-Chief to approve any techniques needed to protect the nation's security. Do you agree with that conclusion?
Senator Kennedy, I'm not going to try and issue hypothetical.
I'm not asking hypothetical. This is a memoranda that again was referred today in the Post, August 2002. Justice Department advised the White House that torturing al-Qaeda terrorists in captivity abroad may be justified and that international laws against torture may be unconstitutional if applied to interrogations. Do you agree with that?
I am not. First of all, this administration rejects torture.
There are 3 memoranda. Will you provide those to the committee?
No, I will not.
Under what basis?
On the basis that the long-standing, no, I will not. Established reasons.
Under what basis?
For providing, no, I will not. Opinions provided to the executive branch.
On what basis? The executive privilege is not a legitimate basis of withholding memoranda from this committee.
Radioactive.
This Congress is investigating the prisoners' abuse that have occurred. Immense importance. We have specific need of the documents that have allowed these abuses to occur.
Contamination.
The memoranda at issue did not involve confidential communications between the Justice Department and the President, but instead legal advice that was widely distributed throughout the executive branch. Has the President authorized you to invoke the executive privilege today on these documents?
I have not invoked executive privilege.
What are you invoking?
I have not invoked anything. I have just explained to you why I'm not turning over the documents.
General, that means you may be in contempt of Congress then. You got to have a reason not to answer our questions, as you know from you sitting up here.
We're at war.
But, you know, you have to have a reason. You are not allowed under our Constitution not to answer our questions.
We're at war.
And I'll conclude by saying there's a reason why we signed these treaties. To protect my son in the military. That's why we have these treaties. So when Americans are captured, they are not tortured. That's the reason. case anybody forgets it. That's the reason.